Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this video on Oracle SQL performance. Uh, in this, we are going to discuss about explain and execution plans in Oracle database. Uh, so that means same you will need in Oracle Apex as well. Uh, in any development, normally when you are doing development, no matter you have Oracle DBA or you don't have, you are only developer, still you need to take care of SQL performance, because normally applications are slow due to poor SQL uh, statements or writing of SQL statements, right? In this session, we are going to discuss how Oracle is taking care our SQL into consideration, and how it will execute the command, right? Because let's say, for example, if you have 5 tables in it, one table might have 10 records, let's say, for example, departments, 10 departments, another maybe some other tables where you have uh, records in millions. So how you will join them and all these things, how Oracle is taking care. Uh, when Oracle is deciding to use an index, it will say, no, I need full table scan and all these things. These are something you need to take care, because when you develop an application, at that time, your table might have 5 records, 10 records, sample data. So everything looks good, performance is nice. And when you go into production, and after maybe couple of months, if data is huge, the system will come slow, user will complain, and then we might say, Oracle is slow, Oracle Apex is slow, and things like that. But ideally, it's not. It has nothing to do with Oracle. It's a performance tuning of your application, of your database, and the objects which need to be created need to be there. So let's say, for example, a table need an index. If that is missing, or right type of index is not created, because indexes are also of different types, right? An index on primary key is totally different than an index on a gender column, because in gender column only you will have male and female, but on primary key you have all distinct values. So these are two different types of indexes. So if you are not taking care even the indexes parts and your where condition, what kind of where condition do you are having, so you will compromise the performance. So before going further into the technical, first let us discuss about the explain plan and execution plan on a Google map. Okay, right, let's move. So now here it is, Google map. I just what I did, let me show you, because when you are executing a statement, how Oracle is planning to work on it, because you might have some data in your memory, you might have data still there in the database, and when you talk about data on the hard disk, it is not, let's say, for example, if you have M tuple, so everything is together. It is again segregated or divided into small blocks. When you create database, you have block size. So for example, if your table is quite huge, so on a hard disk it is segregated. And for example, if your block size is, for example, a certain size, kilobytes or MB or whatever, so that one block might be on the left side somewhere and another one is on the right side. So if you are taking the data and you need all these blocks, so you don't, I mean, it depends how many blocks will be there. So here that block size for analytical systems, where you just need only reports, and transactional where you have inserts and all those things, block size will matter, right? So I'm not going into that detail at the moment, but first let me draw an overall picture. What is execution plan or explain plan? So I will just show you on the Google first. We will take care in the Oracle later, right? So let's say, for example, I am just giving a query to the Google Map that I need to go from Lahore airport to Islamabad airport. Just I gave one, right? So now it has given me this suggested path, right? So now at the moment we are talking about explain plan. Explain plan means we are asking Oracle, okay, show me how your plan, how the plan will be. It is still not executed. Execution might be different, maybe exactly, or might be different depending on the factors at that time when Oracle or we will be on the road, right? So let's say, for example, and in this performance, time will matter, how you are planning the route, the road condition, the traffic, and let's say, for example, when you are starting from here and your car, you got the food items inside the car. So you will not stop on any station, right? That means you save time because you loaded food in your vehicle and even water is there. If these both, I mean, water, food is not there, so you will stop somewhere, right? That means we have to consider all these options. Okay. So this will cost you. Now, cost is, and it depends on the time, it depends on the performance and all those things. So let's say, for example, from here, if we are taking, if you see here, it is also saying this is the way, or this, there is another suggested way as well. And now there is a plan for here. Okay. Now this is explain plan. It is explaining us that, okay, how it will be, right? It is going using motorway. Okay. Now there is a GT road as well from this side. So from here, if it is taking 4 hours, that might be different. So now here it is saying via Lahore Eastern Bypass, right? So here it is taking 4 hours 1 minute. Here it is taking 4 hours 20 minutes. Let us click this one. So here it might be moved. See, it is moved from here. Okay. So this way you can explore, okay, how it would be. So which one is suitable? Let us go again back to the motorway or the ring road. So it moved again on this side, right? Now, for example, when we are moving, when Oracle is executing the query, here near Bera, this is a location Bera, right? For example, there is a blockage. I mean, there is an accident and something happened. Now, what to do? Now, here can be you have a stoppage time, or you might need to exit somewhere here, and you need to take some, alternate road and then join somewhere, later on the junctions. So, or maybe you have to go from Bulwal to Hushab, and then it depends. Now that will be your execution plan, the way you execute it. That means when you reached here, now you have the full details, how you execute it, how much time it took, how much cost was there. So all these things you need to you will be knowing after reaching here, right? Up when you are here, it will be explain plan. When you will be here, it will be execution plan, the way it executed, right? How much time, how much efforts, how much cost, everything will be there when you will reach it. But here at this time, point of time, you are just planning, right? You are just planning. So same way Oracle is doing the same thing. I think you difference will be clear between explain plan and execution plan. Now let me just show you what is explain plan Oracle. Just maybe explain plan. Technically how to do that one, how we have to consider that, I will discuss later, but first let us understand this. So this is explain plan, right? So at that starting point, or if I know, okay, how you will, we are asking how you will execute our SQL statement. So this is SQL statement, right? And this is how it will be executed, right? This is, so this is the command we are giving here, and this is how the output will be. Later we will read how we have to read this one, because as a developer or Oracle DBA, you must know it. If you don't know it, I'm sorry, you are not going to do a quality development, right? This is very important. So see, there is an index used, right? Table access. So if you see here, this table access is based on the index, not a full table scan, right? I will discuss later in what is full table scan, what is index based and index, and then this is the update statement, this and everything. I think this, it is using which statement in this explain plan, this update employee, I think maybe it is using this one. The statement to explain, okay, this is different one, okay. This is just to show this one, right? A plan table. So actually this is the explain plan command, of which this is the execution plan, and this query is to display this plan, this one, right? So we'll discuss about how we will be doing this one. If you see here, this explain plan for this, and same time we will see the execution plan, how it executed. So now here you can decide, for example, on your table, if you have the where conditions and all those things, your indexes are there, sequence of table also will matter, right? You will have a driving table. So for example, if you first take department table where you have, let's say, 3 records, and then you take go into the against that, it it will impact your performance. Or you have the employee on the left side, and then you will, all these things are related to performance, and we have to check using our explain plan. uh, Explain plan will exactly at least tell us, it is not 100% the way it will be executed, but at least it will give us an idea that how Oracle is thinking about it, right, or planning about it. So then we can create our indexes, then we can see again, okay, how it is performing, and it will at least give an idea that, okay, if something is not missing, or sometimes, for example, your database HGA size is small, so everything it has to bring from the hard disk, so there is a cost factor, right? Cost is not amount of dollars or rupees or something like that. It is something, but it is adding up different factors and it is calculating as a cost. So let's say, for example, it is going to the hard disk, and there are different blocks and all those things. It has to fetch that data. So when it will sum up all this, so it's a cost factor, right? So I think now it is quite clear to understand what are different types of plans, and what need to be considered, how need to be considered. So SQL, your SQL is nothing. It is your exact the way application will perform. If you don't know much about, then better to take the help from AI. AI is really good in writing your SQLs, so you don't need to struggle for all this, and it will give you good performance as well. Instead of writing, I'm sorry to say, poor queries, better to take the help from AI, because it will give advantage later when your application is in production, else you might struggle. So for example, I'm just uh, for example, at this point in time, you haven't taken any further details or plan or something like that. You don't have proper index, so you started from this side. Now from this side, it might take additional 2 hours. Now, if there are so many trips, so just add those 2 hours. It will be quite huge. So same way in Oracle, if even you will add delays of seconds, so if your users are quite huge, transactions are quite huge, so those seconds will become hours or days. So there will be huge delays. Um, I mean, using all these performance tactics or SQL performance, you might bring a query or report running for 1 hour to maybe less than 30 seconds. Just imagine if proper indexing are there, proper considerations, performance considerations are there, you can bring the execution time quite lower if you are not doing this performance checks and all those things prior to this video. So after this, inshallah, I'm sure you will be bringing the performance to a benchmark that okay, your application is quite, because sometimes people are just writing queries, they don't know what is the sequence of tables or what is the indexes, what are the types of indexes, and just they are writing because they have to complete target. Okay, nobody is there to monitor them, they are alone DBA, they are the guy is developing, he is analyst, he is everything, he is business manager, he is IT manager, he is everything. So how many things or how many caps he can wear or she can wear, right? So I mean, all these are different topics, all these are different expertise. So you might be expert in front end, but you are not expert in performance tuning, then you will struggle. A good looking application might not work the way users want it. There are delays, right? So let's try to learn from this, and I hope so. Inshallah, you will be performing better in development as well as database administration. Right. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.